Have you thought about the fantasy of a dream and the reality of what that dream really looks like? Have you been given like all these prophecies or had these desires and hopes and dreams and imaginations of what God has shown you or what people have spoken into your life? You imagine this beautiful, spectacular, big, amazing dream. And maybe that's just me, but I tend to dream big and imagine really big and exciting and fun and phenomenal. And I've realized throughout the years and years and years that whenever I try to envision what I think something's gonna look like, I'm almost always wrong. And it's very frustrating. But I finally am learning that it's okay to envision and get excited and to have hope about that future, about that dream. But it's a gift, it's maturity to remain in contentment and consistency with where you're at as you continue to dream beyond where you're at, but also to remain present is very challenging. And I had to go through understanding that the dream was not more important than the reality and the present. And I can imagine, I can expect, I can get excited about the dream, but I can't fully try to put all the pieces together, because then also human tendencies, I want to try to like put the pieces together. Oh, this looks like it could work. Oh, this looks like it could work. You know, God said, Sarah, that you're going to have a child. It will happen. And Sarah says, yeah, God said we would have a child. It's not happening yet. I am so old, I don't even know if that's possible. Well, we have a servant. You could sleep with the servant, and technically that would be our child. Yeah, let's do that. We don't think things through so well as God does. He's all about the big picture. He's all about the marinating, the process. Yeah, it's long. And it can be so frustrating and overwhelming. And did I make this up? Am I kidding myself? What was I thinking? We have to go through a process of dying to the promise, dying to the dreams, because God knows we'll hold on to it. We will try to make it happen if we don't just receive it, believe it, and believe in God's ability to fulfill it. So he gives the word, but then he is the one that fulfills the word. And I think one of the hugest parts of that process is learning to trust that he won't forget us. You know, Joseph in the prison, he gets told by his friend that he's going to be getting out. And Joseph says, okay, will you remember me? Like, I did some nice things for you. Can you remember to let the king know I'm still in here and I could probably do something helpful for him? He's like, yeah, of course. I would never forget you, Joseph. You're amazing. Yeah. He gets set free. Nothing. He leaves Joseph, doesn't say anything, forgets all about it. So in that time, Joseph can be like, is it really going to happen? Am I ever going to get out of here? What was I even thinking? Telling my family that I saw them bowing down to me and I was king? I am crazy. I'm cuckoo. I was so arrogant and prideful. What a dodo. This is probably my destiny. I'm in prison because of my arrogance and my pride. I deserve to be here. Man, I don't know if I'm ever getting out. And this was also part of dying to that, I think, and letting go of, I thought it was going to look like this. I told others it was going to look like this. They got mad and jealous and threatened, and here I am in prison. This must be God's ultimate plan. But we know the end of the story. But in that moment, he did not know the end of the story. And yet God did not forget Joseph in the pit. He is not going to forget you. He knows where you live. He knows everything about you. He knows every hair on your head. And there's been a phase like recently where God has just been like drilling that into me. And he keeps showing me 3:17. And for a while it was because he was saying, like, I know your address of when you were a kid. Like, I know you, Jessica. I will not ever forget you. I have not forgotten you. I know what I have planned for you. This is all part of it. You are good. And then recently, somebody was sharing about Zephaniah 3:17, that he dances over me and rejoices over me with singing and over you. That is just, I love that. It's so, so beautiful. So just don't be discouraged. Whichever part of the journey you're on, you are not forgotten. Your promises are not forgotten. Your future has hope. There is contentment and peace for you. And that is for now. You can have contentment and peace for now. Not once you get to the dream, not once you get to the promise. That should be now. Paul talks about that, and we know, like, he was content in all things. In prison, through beatings, through starving, through shipwrecked. He knew how to be with the Gentiles, with the Jews, with every different type of person. So he found true contentment, and I believe that's the key in everything. And that comes from knowing who we are. And that is, I am a daughter of the King. Not a grumpy, mad king that I can only tiptoe in and ask if he would put his scepter out to me, but a welcoming, gracious, merciful, slow to anger, righteous, good Father. He welcomes us in as friend if we will have that place, if we will let him love us like that. But first we have to overcome all of our thinking, all of our stinking thinking that says he's unapproachable. I can only ask certain questions. Sometimes I can only talk to him if I have a super important need. He's super busy. Why would he have time for me? You know, all of our own stinking thinking. Let's get rid of that and welcome in the Prince of Peace.